Here we go, it's Joel Shabalina here and welcome back to yet another trip report. In today's trip report, I complete my final flight from Newcastle down to London Heathrow, which will be the end of my 4-day trip around England and Scotland. I'll be flying with British Airways on their Airbus A319 in Club Europe. I'll be letting you know what the Club Europe service is like on an A319 and again what it's like on a short flight like this. Glad you could join me. Welcome to Newcastle Airport, located in the northeast of England. It's one of the UK's smaller airports, but served 5,200,000 passengers in 2019 and has a lot of destinations, mostly around Europe, but also destinations as far as Dubai. Sadly, I wasn't allowed to film the check-in, but I can tell you it was a very fast and efficient process, and within no time we were heading through security. After security, you're greeted with your standard duty-free zone, with a wide selection of products you would expect to find at any airport. There was a wide selection of shops at Newcastle, but I headed straight for a snack and a drink at the Bar 11, which has incredible views over the runway and airport. Right on cue, our Airbus A319 landed into Newcastle on the inbound from London Heathrow. My aircraft today is Golf Papa Echo Uniform Oscar, a 21.3-year-old A319 that was brand new to British Airways in August 2000. This is one of 30 A319s in British Airways' fleet which they use on short flights around Europe. British Airways have a larger reputation of long-haul aircraft and people often recognise both their now retired 747s and their Airbus A380s that will be joining our skies once again soon. But in reality, much of their fleet is built off the A320 family, with a large amount of A319s, A320s and A321s. After a bit more plane spotting, I headed to Gate 3 to board the A319 to London Heathrow. As I was walking around the airport and towards my gate, I saw in more detail what the airport is like. It's a relatively well kept airport, but in some areas it feels quite crammed and basic. It definitely serves its purpose well, however, and everything is quite easy to locate. I was actually quite late to our boarding gate, but made it in relatively good time and went straight on board our A319. Welcome on board the British Airways A319. The Club Europe cabin is right at the front and has the same seats as economy except the middle seat is blocked.
In charge and with me here in the flight deck, Captain Giles Cavell, and in charge of the cabin today we have Stephen Kim. Stephen's being assisted by Amy, Paul and Fiona today. Now we're just about already be on the way very shortly, hopefully a couple of minutes early on our departure here from Newcastle. Once we do get on the way, the cabin crew will be taking you through a safety demonstration. It is just a couple of moments of your time, so please do ask.
We pushed back a few minutes early and started our taxi to the runway.
The briefing. All handheld devices, including mobile phones, must be switched off and put in flight safe mode and held securely or placed into a pocket. Large devices, including laptops, must be switched off and stored away safely. During the flight, all electronic devices must be distant from the seat panel when not in, as these may differ from any aircraft that you've flown on before. Please study the safety card in your seat area, as this includes important safety information specific to this aircraft, such as the brake position and location and operation of the doors. In the event of emergency, low-level lighting will guide you to an exit. All exits are clearly marked and I point out to you now. Please take a moment to locate yourself the nearest exit. Bear in mind that this may be behind you. Opening the door automatically inflates the evacuation slides. High heel shoes must be removed and taken off as they may tear the slide. Please ensure that your seatbelt is fastened. must be worn whenever the seatbelt signs are fastened. It's fastened and adjusted like this, and open. Thank you, cabin crew seats for takeoff.
As we climb to our cruising altitude to get some amazing views, it's already clear that the service is about to begin. As expected, the service began. The BA Club Europe food and drink service always amazes me. Even on short flights like this, they still provide an excellent service with a great meal. Today's meal was a chicken salad, a warm bread roll and a pudding, complete with a drink of choice. Like usual, I opted for a Diet Coke. The meal may not look like much, but it was surprisingly good and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Newcastle to London is one of British Airways' domestic flights, which they operate under a separate call sign, Shuttle. This call sign is used on flights around the UK. Their domestic route network consists of internal England flights to Newquay, Newcastle and Manchester, flights to Scotland's main cities Edinburgh, Glasgow, Inverness and Aberdeen, and Belfast in Northern Ireland. They also have a smaller subsidiary, British Airways City Flyer, who link loads of cities around the UK with both domestic and some international travel. Welcome to London Heathrow after another great flight on England's flag carrier. I have to say, the service is always great in Club Europe and the food is pretty good considering the flight length. So far I have found the crew are always quite kind and helpful and the general experience tends to be pretty nice. Welcome to Heathrow Airport after my flight with British Airways. Once again, my flight with British Airways in Club Europe was amazing. The meal was absolutely fantastic, considering this flight was just 50 minutes long. I would definitely recommend booking Club Europe if you want this service on the short flight from Newcastle to Heathrow. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to check out the blog, and have a great day. Goodbye.